What is going on, guys? The Strong Boys 19 here. Um, I just thought I will be back on here to do another update video for you. So this is going to be a really heavy oriented record update. I will show you the first two that I bought from eBay and the rest of them that I got for free, which is amazing. So let's get started. The first one is a record from a musician and also a VC member, Derek Higgins. I did mention Derick Vaughn sometimes on some of my previous videos, but Derek, as a musician, he's just really great, fantastic musician, and this is one of his albums entitled Flyover. Fantastic album, love this artwork. And as you can see, the text is quite shiny and it's embossed as well, which is amazing. And here is the man himself. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Derek is. This is 180 gram pressing, and this purple splatter is beautiful. Really great, gorgeous, amazing colors. Music-wise, it's instrumental, electronic, synth type stuff, which is so damn catchy, and it gets better every time I listen to this. You can also check out his other albums on Bandcamp. So that is Derek with his album Flyover. Check it out, and you won't be disappointed. Now, this next album, this is one of my top Holy Grail double albums. Soft Machine Third. Not an original, but this is the first UK reissue from 1971. My only negative opinion about this copy, the surface noise is quite noisy, so I'll have to use my record cleaning kit to sort that out. And the surface noise was almost unbearable throughout, not throughout, during the first half, I think, of Slightly All the Time, which is my favourite Soft Machine track. But anyways, this is a jazz fusion masterpiece that I highly recommend if you want to get into that style of music. Hugh Hopper, Robert Wyatt, and the rest of the band, just one of the best. One of the best bands ever. I love Soft Machine. Volume 2 is a classic for me as well, but third will have to stay at their best. So yeah. Now this record that my mom bought for me, which is really great. This is a triple record set of the Anthology Beatles, Anthology 1. And it opens like this, which is really cool. Sometimes I really do not like when these packaging ideas have like a CD or a record inside the middle. Well, there is a record in the middle of inside the trifold, and I just absolutely hate that ridiculous idea. But nonetheless, haven't played this one yet. And it does come with this little booklet, and it's from this company right there. That company. I've heard some bad things about their releases of Beatles albums, so I need to give it a chance. 3 records, 6 sides. Let's just see what I can say about that. Maybe in another video or a Holy Vlogfest number 10. Now, these last records were given to me for free from my friend Derek's friend Roger. Thank you so much, Roger. Really appreciate it. This is the Eric Clapton Crossroads 6 record box set. It's got the different eras throughout Clapton's career, from the Yardbirds to Cream, Derek and the Dominoes, Blind Faith, and a lot of his solo stuff. And no wonder this box set had got critical acclaim. And I haven't played any of the records yet, but I am really looking forward to listen to them. Alright, so that's that one. Genesis, Invisible Touch. I really do love Genesis. They're one of my favourite prog rock bands of all time. And haven't played Invisible Touch yet. And the hand is in bust, and you can feel that that material that they have got from the design. I know that this album has the track Land of Confusion, and I'll have to give this trio era of Genesis a chance. Speaking of Genesis, here is one of the geniuses from Genesis and became a solo artist for a long time, Peter Gabriel. So, this is an amazing album, Big Time, Sledgehammer, and Red Rain, and the rest of the tracks. They are so great to listen to, and Peter Gabriel's a genius. And his lyrical content and ideas that he did with Genesis still blows me away. A very intelligent, amazing musician. Whether you like his solo stuff or not, I really like Peter Gabriel. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night. This is another one of these albums that doesn't get that much praise or positive reviews when this album came out. But I really like this album. This is one of my most favourite Fleetwood Mac albums. I prefer this one than Tusk, even though Tusk is a really cool follow-up to Rumours, but this is like in the top 3 of my favourite Fleetwood Mac albums. Tango in the Night, Rumours, and then Play On. So yeah, I love this artwork as well. The next record is Still Got the Blues by Gary Moore. Not much needed to be said about this one because this is Gary Moore's most successful album, and it's a fantastic one. This is just a great record, and the front cover and the back cover is a really neat idea. You get tracks like Oh Pretty Woman, Walking by Myself, to Still Got the Blues, Midnight Blues. He's one of my all-time favourite guitar players. Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is not an original. This is possibly some later pressing or an unknown pressing. Maybe one of the later ones. But I am really happy to have this album for my Pink Floyd collection. Queen, The Miracle. I really do like Queen a lot, and recently they have announced the 40th anniversary box set of News of the World. This album has tracks like The Invisible Man, I Want It All. The artwork on this album, though, is quite silly, if you ask me. This album cover is not really one of the best album covers. But anyway, love Queen. Great band. Got one of Phil Collins' solo albums, No Jacket Required. This is probably an original one. And I do have some of his other albums on vinyl as well. Pink Floyd, More. This is an unofficial pressing. I had to check on Discogs. And I did review this album when I was reviewing Pink Floyd's discography. Haven't finished their discography yet, obviously, but this is a very, very nice type of pressing, if you ask me. I'm quite surprised, but I haven't listened to this album for a long while now. I need to come back to it, but I did give it like an above average score, so that is that one. Herbie Hancock, Future Shock. I did play this album earlier today, and this album has been known as one of the least praised and well-known Hancock albums. But I really do like this. It's more electronic type of thing. It's got some vocals in it. There are elements on this album that do have a lot of quite catchy beats to it. But as underrated this album is, I think this is a really enjoyable album. Onto the last pile of records. Sorry that this video is really long. Anyways, the next one is this Knebworth double album set with an amazing collage of different bands and rock artists. Eric Clapton to Phil Collins, Genesis, Pink Floyd, Status Quo, Robert Plant, Elton John, and so many more. So I'll have to spin that one. Now, there are some records that I've never came across before. Let me know if you are familiar with them or not. But this is a record from Landscape entitled From the Tea Rooms of Mars. I have never ever heard of these guys. So I'll have to listen to these ones. I have to listen to these records. The best of Vangelis. Might have mispronounced that. I apologize, but I do have a record from him. Spiral, I believe. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, that's that one. Gary Moore, Wild Frontier. I already have a copy of this, but I guess it's pretty cool to have the same copy of this album for the second time. Here is a random Thin Lizzy compilation. So I've never came across this one before, but I think Thin Lizzy are a really great band. David Gilmour, About Face, one of his solo albums. I did listen to On an Island and Rattle That Lock. I did review Rattle That Lock when it came out, and I did like it. But obviously, Pink Floyd is where it's at. Speaking of Pink Floyd, here is Delicate Sounds of Thunder, which is a double album. So yeah, haven't spun that one, which I need to. Another Gary Moore record, Back on the Streets, which does include one of his most popular songs of all time, Parisian Walkways, and this has Don't Believe a Word on it as well. So I need to check this one out. And the last couple of records, the Prince's Trust collection, which I believe is a compilation of songs from different artists, from artists like Phil Collins to Genesis, Jethro Tull, Jimmy Page, Duran Duran. We fold out like this. Again, this is another one of these records that I've never seen before. And the last one, Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise? Art of Noise. Never heard of these guys before. But I am quite curious to know if you like these guys or not. So I will give these guys a chance. So yeah, that's all of my free records, and I have just one more item to show you for this video. This is another item for my Sgt Pepper collection. This is the original reel-to-reel mono tape of Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And I'm not going to take the tape out, but that's what it looks like on the inside. So this is quite a special piece, and this has been aging really, really well since this album came out 50 years ago, which is just incredible. But that is that. That's my item for my Sgt Pepper collection. And oh my god, this video is 15 minutes long, so that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I will keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.